Welcome to the Windows channel, and this is the Tech News Update. We are Monday, January 8th, 2018. And today in our Tech News Update, we have Spotify that, of course, will replace the Groove Music app for streaming music and music purchase in Windows 10. Well, Cortana can now control with voice commands the Spotify app with the play, pause, and manage your playlists also. So basically, that's first step. Will the song recognition feature come back? That would be an interesting one, and we'll see, but it has to probably integrate a little more with Spotify. The Consumer Electronics Show. This is the big show in Las Vegas every year, and it has, tons of announcements of new devices, some that will make it in the future, some that will be just, announced this week and we'll never see. But today, of course, some keynotes are happening, so we'll learn a few things about different companies that are going to make devices in software. But officially, it's from January 9th to 12th, 2018. It's going to be interesting to see all the announcements at CES. So net neutrality is going to be a topic to talk about still in 2018, as the Internet Alliance through Amazon, Google, and Facebook will be helping out in the lawsuits, so that maybe net neutrality will be back someday. Who knows? So YouTube algorithm for copyright, we know it's kind of broken, and it's really, making creators go crazy. Well, it has flagged a 10-hour video of white noise that has been there for a while, and yeah, really white noise. So, it's a video showing static like on the good old TVs. Of course, the user that put that video online is going to appeal the copyright claim, but really, white noise. So the Windows 10 free download with assistive technologies is still on. Microsoft has decided to push this up to January 16th. So at the end of January 16th, it will now stop to be free. Will that also change anything about what's going to happen with the free upgrade with the license keys? That's another story. So we know that vinyl is kind of back because a lot of young generation like to have the good old vinyl records. But did you know that the cassette tapes are also more popular? In the last numbers that I gave about streaming music being #1 and so on, it seems that cassette tape sales rose 35% year over year, 174,000 units, and it would seem that the young generation are really going crazy over old technology. Android, of course, one of the biggest problems with Android is the fact that it's difficult to upgrade devices. It's not going fast enough. So Google wants to tackle this in a different way. It wants to force developers to always use the latest API and latest code for their apps in order to be accepted in the Google Play Store, which means forcing at the same time the adoption rate of newer versions of Android. So this is an interesting tactic, and we'll see if it actually has the possibility to make latest Android versions, kind of upgrade a little more on the latest devices a little faster, basically. Intel is being sued over the Meltdown and Spectre problems, but the thing is that there's also a major line of defense that's going to be checking out with Spectre attacks. Spectre has one major problem, is that it needs to be actually fixed at the BIOS level or the firmware level of devices. So a lot will not be patched. So it seems that for the most part, a lot of devices, the first line of defense will simply be the browser that will make it more difficult to simply exploit this flaw in the CPUs. Well, that's very interesting because one of the things that were announced basically by Microsoft China in a blog post, is that they are actually using the term Surface Phone, talking about devices. So is that flexible thing that we've seen plans, a flexible Surface phone. That's kind of interesting. Amazon Alexa is coming to the Windows PC. Yep, absolutely. A app should show up for Windows PCs somewhere in the spring. And actually, many PC makers want to integrate Alexa into their devices with Windows 10. So that's going to be interesting because it's now creating a competition between Cortana and Amazon's Alexa assistants. And finally, as I was saying a little earlier, Intel is being sued over the huge security flaw that's been discovered that affects pretty much every Intel CPU. Now, it is not being sued over the fact that there's a security flaw that they didn't know about. It is more of a thing of being sued for the time that it took for them to react to the security flaw. So this is going to be interesting to see if anything is going to happen with that. And so this was a Tech News Update for Monday, January 8th, 2018. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up, and thank you so much for following us on this channel.